Everyone wants to read more. But finding enough time in the day can be challenging. Books take up a lot of space and can get expensive. And on top of that, it feels like there's a million different things competing for our attention all of the time. Under these circumstances, how are we ever supposed to finish any books? Here's some tips to help. This first tip is probably the most obvious one. If you want to read more, you're going to have to make more time for it. An easy way to do this is to begin bringing some kind of book with you everywhere you go. You know what they say, out of sight, out of mind. Always keeping a book in sight makes it much more likely that you'll choose to pick it up and read it whenever you have a few minutes over doing something like going on your phone. Make your initial goal small, then work your way up. According to the publishing company Penguin, the average book is 300 to 350 pages long. So, reading just 1 page a day means you can likely finish 1 book a year. As a guide, you can scale this up 1 to 1. If your goal is to read 10 books a year, then reading 10 pages a day is likely enough to get you there. If it's 100 books, about 100 pages. If you're just starting out, set a goal of reading 1 to 10 pages a day, and don't stress yourself out too much if you miss a day. Just try again the next day. And if you can, try to squeeze in some additional reading to make up for it. But only if you comfortably can. You don't want this to feel like a chore you dread doing. Making reading a habit will of course make it so that you read more. To begin, pick out a book with short chapters. Then, set a daily reminder to read. When you get this reminder, set a timer for a few minutes and read for the duration of the timer. Choosing a book with short chapters is best for this, as by the time the timer goes off, it's likely you'll have finished a chapter, creating a good, natural stopping point. Additionally, you can pick out a specific place to go to each day to do this. Another great option is to attach reading to an existing habit you already have. On your commute to work or school, for example, you can listen to an audiobook instead of music for a few minutes. Or you can read while you eat a meal or while waiting for something like your morning cup of coffee. Okay, so now you have a plan of how to get through more books. But how do you affordably get more books? If you do not yet have a card at your local library, you absolutely should. There are apps like Libby, Hoopla, and BorrowBox, which you can use to check out ebooks and audiobooks from your library for free. If you're interested in classics, Project Gutenberg is a public domain library where you can access thousands of books for free too. Purchasing books secondhand is another great way to get books much more affordably. Take advantage of all reading formats. If you're on the go, Ebooks and audiobooks are the easiest formats to get some reading in. Don't limit yourself to just reading physical books or only reading one subject. All kinds of reading are beneficial. Reading can be a lot more fun if you're reading about subjects you like. Whether that be fiction, fantasy, or nonfiction, it really doesn't matter. If you don't know what kind of books you'll like, take a look at some of the genres you like to watch. Most movies and TV shows today are based on books. So if you like watching sci-fi movies, you'll probably like sci-fi books too. For some people, tracking their reading makes it more fun for them. Whatever your reading goals may be, it's interesting to get the statistics of your progress along the way. You can track the number of pages you've read, the number of minutes you've listened to, and of course, the number of books you've finished. It's hard to keep something new going for very long, even when you feel that it's important. It's especially hard to continue to prioritize it over other things if you don't even know why it is you're doing it in the first place. An initial spark of motivation or inspiration will get old quickly, but reminding yourself why you started in the first place can continuously motivate you. Do you desire to learn more about a subject? Are you looking for a new hobby? When you don't feel like reading, remember why it is you wanted to start in the first place. Life's situations can make change difficult, and I realize that beginning to implement these tips into your life is easier said than done. You may feel like you don't have a good enough attention span to read, or that you don't have enough time, or maybe not enough money. But realize that you can reach your goals, that you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to, and that you can do it. I'm wishing all of you the very best. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.